Hi folks, the review fella here once again. Now the LG C2 is a fantastic, bright and powerful TV. The image is quite stunning and you can't buy much better for movies and gaming, in my humble opinion. If you could drop that kind of money, that is. But what about last year's LG C1? It's by no means obsolete yet, and it could be just about the best value OLED you can currently buy. Or is it? I've spent time with both TVs and I'm going to give you my no-holds-barred take on the LG C1 after 12 months of use. Just how good is the picture and sound quality? And what about the design and ports? How well does it upscale? What do you need to watch out for? Plus much more. I'm also going to discuss some things that most people don't like to talk about, such as the dreaded pink tint. And if you're not sure what that is, then stick around until the end to get the many pros and some cons of owning the LG C1. Before I get into the juicy bits, a quick word from the sponsor of this video. If you want to get serious about protecting your online identity, encrypting your data, and hiding your virtual location, then you need a VPN. It's like wearing a suit of armor to protect and hide your identity. And thank you very much to Atlas VPN for sponsoring this video. I put my personal email address into their data breach monitor, and I was astounded to find 16 different data breaches where my details and passwords had been compromised. But now I know about it, I can do something about it, like changing passwords or closing those long forgotten accounts. Atlas VPN is offering a huge 82% discount. It means you can get a 3-year subscription for just $1.99 per month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's a time-limited deal, so check out the link in the description below. Did you also know that streaming services such as Netflix lock you out of some content based on your location? So if you're in the USA, for example, you can't access some of the great TV shows we have here in the UK and Europe. With a VPN, you can easily change your virtual location to another country and unlock all of the cool extra streaming content only licensed in that country. Not just that, but you know how expensive booking flights and hotels can be. Well, change your virtual location and you could save a bundle. This works so well it could pay for itself in a heartbeat. Your subscription protects all of your devices too. And just remember that Atlas VPN is offering a massive 82% discount, a 3-year subscription for just $1.99 per month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. The deal is time limited, so please check out the link in the description below as soon as possible. One thing that most will notice about the LG C1 is the stunning design, the razor-thin screen with the somewhat fatter bottom, which is where most of the components are housed, plus that long sweeping stand. It looks sensational and makes for a thin but sturdy TV with a low centre of gravity, but don't expect to fit a soundbar in front unless it's very low and very small. You may not need to though, as the built-in sound is excellent. I watch everything with the default sound settings. However, when watching some movies, I do prefer Clear Voice Pro. It works very well, and I don't want to sit there continually turning the volume up and down. There's a VESA mount for wall mounting and all the ports and connections you'd expect from a modern smart TV, plus 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, allowing 4K at 120Hz. The improved Alpha 9 Gen 4 processor of the C1 handles its business just fine. Upscaling is excellent. Maybe the C2 has an edge here, but if it does, it's so small you'd hardly notice it. You also have support for Dolby Vision, variable refresh rate, auto low latency mode, G-Sync and FreeSync. The response time is 1 millisecond, which is super fast and will be a welcome bonus to any gamer. The Game Optimizer menu has plenty of settings to tweak, and you can also choose your game genre if you wish. This will add some preset tweaks to your gaming experience. I leave it as it is. I don't really change any of these options. I only turn off AI game sound, as I find it muffles the in-game sound somewhat. It's just my preference. WebOS is the operating system and it works very well. It zips along and is fairly easy to navigate. I think this and Samsung's Tizen interface are probably the two of the best out there. There is also support for AirPlay, Alexa and Google Assistant. This is a fully loaded smart TV. You'll only get modes such as picture-in-picture on the C2 though, but I've never used this feature myself, so I don't feel it's something missing from the C1. The image quality is quite incredible. It's sharp, colourful and vibrant. The contrast range seems endless, and of course you'll get the deepest blacks. Each individual pixel turns itself off when needed to display true blacks that just can't be replicated on a non-OLED TV. You really have to see it to believe it. You might see some black crushing in shadow detail a little more than on the C2, but I don't find it an issue. Motion interpolation is handled very well, and I just leave these motion smoothing settings as default. I don't find any noticeable jarring or judder with fast-moving action, like sports for example. But I know some people are more susceptible to this than others. The more aggressive you set this, the more of the dreaded soap opera effect you may encounter. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is is the pink tint that can be present on some LG TVs and monitors. I believe this is caused by an overly aggressive coating applied to the Evo panel that started to ship with some LG C1s and all LG G1s, and it's most noticeable if you stand off axis to the left. Moving to the centre and then to the right makes it gradually disappear. Now there is a ton of information on this should you wish to find out more. Just Google LG C1 pink tint, and whether your TV will suffer this issue and whether you can put up with it are two important questions. It bothered me when I first had the TV and I did think about returning it. However, I just returned 5 Samsung Neo QLEDs, all because of the horrendous issues with dead and stuck pixels. And I just about had enough of packing and unpacking these massive TVs. My take on this is that it shouldn't be there, and you'll probably play the panel lottery. Maybe you'll get it, maybe you won't, who knows. And would you even notice it for normal TV viewing? Well, if you watch nothing but ice hockey or skiing and you sit to the left of centre, then probably yes. For everything else, probably not. I've learned to love my C1 and it no longer bothers me, and on my C2 the problem isn't there anymore. Two more things to be aware of are brightness and reflections. OLEDs by nature are not as bright as other TVs such as Samsung's Neo QLEDs for example. You may struggle to watch Dolby Vision content, which is fairly dark by nature, in a bright sun-filled room. Also, any source of light directly opposite the screen will be reflected, so you wouldn't want this TV facing a large window where the sun comes streaming in. The LG C1 really comes to life though when the room is darker. Screen uniformity hasn't been an issue on my C1, and the risk of burn-in is next to zero for normal TV viewing and gaming. The built-in protection to dim logos and move the screen subtly works very well. Pixels can be refreshed manually or automatically to further reduce the chance of image retention. The only time I can see image retention being an issue is when the TV is left on all the time on the same channel, such as a news channel with static logos. You might find this in an airport or hotel lobby for example. The LG C1 really is a fantastic TV. It was worth the money when it first came out, when it was full price, and now the price has tumbled. It's like the buying opportunity of the year. I still have mine and I see no reason to change it anytime soon. I doubt you'd be able to tell any difference between the C1 and C2 if they were side by side. The C1 really is that good, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper. You can get the 55-inch C1 for as little as $1,100 or £1,100. Treat yourself to the huge 65-inch and it'll set you back only $1,600 or £1,500. But it won't be around forever. At the end of the day, it's last year's model. Once the larger stores sell out, then only the smaller retails may have some, and once this model becomes rare, the price will probably go up. So you have a short amount of time to snap up one of the best TVs ever made. Take it from me, the LG C1 is awesome and is currently my primary TV for movies, gaming, and well, just about everything else. If you have any questions about the LG C1, then please leave them below. See the links in the description to this TV and my other gear should that interest you. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, it's greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, please stay safe, and I very much hope to see you soon.